clips, luxury cars, and endless online debates, few names spark more division than Andrew Tate. To millions of young men, he is the top G. A self-made champion who escaped poverty, dominated kickboxing, built a digital empire, and preached discipline, wealth, and unapologetic masculinity. To critics, he is the face of toxic ideas. A man whose words and alleged actions have left a trail of accusations and legal battles across continents. Who is the real Andrew Tate? This is the full story from a military hospital in Washington, D.C., to the streets of Luton, the kickboxing rings of Europe, the webcam studios of Romania, and the courtrooms that now define his present. We will examine the verified facts of his life, his achievements, his businesses, and the serious allegations against him. We will clearly separate what is proven, what is alleged, and what remains opinion. This is not a defense. This is not an attack. This is the record as it stands. Emory Andrew Tate III was born on December 1st, 1986, at the Walter Reed Army Medical Center in Washington, D.C. His father, Emory Tate Jr., was an African-American U.S. Air Force sergeant and a highly respected international master in chess, a trailblazer in a sport that had few black champions at the elite level. His mother, Eileen, was a white English woman who worked as a catering assistant. The couple had two more children, Tristan, born in 1988, and a daughter, Janine. The family lived in Chicago and later Goshen, Indiana. Emory Tate was often away competing or serving, and the marriage ended in divorce in 1997. Eileen returned to England with the three children and settled on the Marsh Farm Council estate in Luton, an area Tate later described as one of the toughest in the country. Money was tight. Tate has spoken of working early morning jobs, including at a fish market, while still a teenager. Friends and relatives from that period have described a boy who was determined, competitive, and hungry for status, sometimes awkward socially, and deeply influenced by his father's intensity and competitive drive. He attended Halyard High School and Luton Sixth Form College. He left formal education without pursuing higher studies and began looking for ways to make money and prove himself.
I'm ready to kill. I don't do this for fun. This is not a sport to me. I don't enjoy it. I hate training. I hate fighting this.
Around 2005, Tate discovered kickboxing. Training at Storm Gym in Luton under coach Amir Subasic, he threw himself into the sport with the same intensity his father had shown on the chessboard. He competed under the nickname King Cobra. His professional kickboxing record stands at 76 wins, 9 losses, and 1 draw, with a significant number of victories by knockout. He captured multiple titles, including the British ISKA Full Contact Cruiserweight Championship in 2009, and several ISKA World titles in the light heavyweight and light cruiserweight divisions between 2011 and 2013. In 2014, he also won the Infusion Live World title at 90 kilograms. These achievements are documented in the records of the sanctioning bodies. He was a legitimate, high-level European kickboxer who fought regularly and successfully for roughly a decade. Eye injuries eventually forced a retirement, though he returned for lower-level bouts in Romania later, and, years after that, fought an exhibition boxing match in 2025 that he lost by majority decision. Kickboxing gave him discipline, a public identity, and his first taste of recognition. It did not make him rich. Prize money in the sport is limited. Tate and his brother looked for other ways to generate income.
Another thing I learned from doing this business, I learned something about women, is that they are intrinsically, I don't want to use the word lazy, but I will. They have no interest in world conquest. They want to be comfortable. If you show a woman how to make $1,000 an hour, she'll think, I can work 2 hours a week. If you show a man how to make $1,000 an hour, he'll think I can make $18,000 a day. We want to conquer the world. We want all of it. We want all of it.
Not to cut you off, but I agree with that completely.
In the early 2010s, the brothers entered the adult webcam industry. They operated studios in which women performed online for paying clients. Tate has claimed the business generated hundreds of thousands of dollars a month at its peak and employed dozens of women, some of whom had his name tattooed on their bodies. These earnings claims are largely self-reported, though the existence of the business and the scale of the operation have been corroborated by multiple investigative reports and later legal documents. In 2016, Tate appeared on the British reality show Big Brother. He was removed after a video surfaced of him striking a woman with a belt. Both parties later stated the incident was consensual role play, but the controversy ended his time on the show and drew public attention to his already polarizing views. Around this period, the brothers relocated much of their operation to Romania, citing lower costs, a more favorable legal environment, and lifestyle preferences. Tate has openly said one attraction of Romania was that rape prosecutions were rarer and more difficult, a statement that would later be heavily scrutinized. The real transformation came with social media. Short, aggressive clips of Tate speaking about money, women, discipline, and the failures of modern society began circulating widely on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube around 2021 to 2022. He branded himself Top G and promoted a lifestyle of high performance, physical fitness, and rejection of what he called matrix thinking. He launched Hustlers University, later rebranded The Real World, an online platform offering courses on cryptocurrency, e-commerce, freelancing, and mindset. Membership cost roughly $50 per month. At its height, it was reported to have over 100,000 subscribers, generating millions in monthly revenue according to various analyses and tax-related proceedings in the UK. He also ran a higher-tier group called the War Room. These businesses, together with earlier webcam income and later crypto promotions, form the core of his documented wealth. Romanian authorities at one point valued seized assets associated with the brothers at around $12 million. Independent estimates of his net worth vary widely, from the low tens of millions to much higher figures that remain unverified. Tate's content reached hundreds of millions of views. He was banned from major platforms in 2022 for violations of policies on hate speech and misinformation, then reinstated on some after ownership changes. His message resonated strongly with many young men who felt alienated or directionless. Critics argued that the same message normalized misogyny, encouraged controlling behavior toward women, and presented a distorted view of relationships and success.
Controversial influencer Andrew Tate will face no criminal charges over allegations made by multiple women who are suing him in a UK High Court civil case. 4 women have accused Tate of sexual violence in 2015. The Crown prosecution
Tate has repeatedly described himself as a misogynist in interviews and videos. He has made statements suggesting that women bear responsibility in cases of sexual assault if they place themselves in certain situations, that women belong in traditional roles, and that men should dominate relationships. These views are matters of public record from his own content. Organizations focused on violence against women and youth radicalization have condemned his influence, citing correlations between exposure to his material and more harmful attitudes among some young male viewers. Supporters counter that he promotes personal responsibility, fitness, financial independence, and that much of his rhetoric is deliberately provocative performance. Both interpretations exist in the public conversation. What is not in dispute is that his words made him one of the most polarizing online figures of the early 2020s.
Turning now to the new charges against controversial manosphere influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate. The brothers were arrested by federal officials in Miami yesterday after British authorities issued 38 new charges against them, including rape and human trafficking. Their lawyer says they're innocent and is calling the charges a, quote, political hit. Now,
this brings us to the most serious chapter. In December 2022, Romanian authorities arrested Andrew and Tristan Tate, along with 2 women, as part of an investigation into human trafficking and organized crime. Prosecutors alleged that the brothers had used a lover boy method, forming romantic relationships with women, then pressuring or coercing them into producing online sexual content for profit. An initial group of 7 alleged victims was later expanded in subsequent investigations. Additional allegations included rape, money laundering, influencing witnesses, and in expanded probes, involvement with minors. The brothers have consistently and categorically denied every accusation. The Romanian case has moved slowly through procedural stages. Indictments were issued, challenged, and in some instances returned for correction. Assets were seized. The brothers spent time in custody, then under house arrest, then under judicial control. In April 2026, a Romanian court lifted the remaining judicial control measures. Investigations, including expanded charges, remain active as of mid-2026. No trial has concluded and no convictions have been recorded. Separately, in the United Kingdom, multiple women have made allegations of rape, sexual assault, and physical violence dating from roughly 2010 to 2017. An earlier investigation closed without charges in 2019. The matter was later reopened. In 2024 and 2025, the Crown Prosecution Service authorized charges including rape, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and human trafficking-related offenses. In July 2026, the CPS announced further charges against Andrew Tate involving additional counts of rape, trafficking for sexual exploitation, assault, and offenses relating to indecent images of a child and extreme pornography, bringing the total number of alleged victims in the UK case to 7. Tristan faces related charges. On July 18, 2026, U.S. Marshals arrested both brothers in Miami on a UK extradition request. They remain, as of the latest reports, subject to extradition proceedings while also facing the ongoing Romanian investigation. It is essential to state clearly, these are allegations and formal charges. The brothers deny them all. Under both Romanian and British law, they are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. No criminal convictions have been secured on the major trafficking or sexual offense charges at the time of this script. Civil claims by several women are also ongoing. The brothers have filed defamation actions of their own in response to some of the public accusations.
Tonight on Piers Morgan Uncensored, one of the most infamous men in the world, Andrew Tate's misogynistic tirades have been viewed billions of times online. He's now been effectively banned, though, from the internet. He doesn't think that's fair. Tonight, I'm going to try and work out if it is.
As of July 2026, Andrew Tate's public life continues under the shadow of these unresolved cases. He has maintained a strong online presence, continued to promote his businesses and worldview, and attracted both fervent support and intense opposition.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people who've been following me for a while understand that I've been very respectful of Islam for a long time.
Yeah, sure.
I was born in a Christian country. I was raised as a Christian, and I've always been very respectful of Islam. And it's become more and more obvious to me and more pertinent that Islam is the last religion on the planet. When I talk about Islam, because I'm new to it,
He has spoken of converting to Islam, of family, and of refusing to be broken by legal pressure. His story forces difficult questions. How does a man rise from a council estate and a difficult childhood to global influence through fighting skill and digital entrepreneurship? What responsibility do public figures carry for the ideas they promote to young audiences? And how should society weigh serious criminal allegations while respecting the presumption of innocence and the right to a fair trial? The answers are not simple. The facts of his athletic achievements are documented. The scale of his online businesses is partially confirmed by financial and legal records. The content of his public statements is available for anyone to examine. The criminal allegations remain just that, allegations that must be tested in court. Andrew Tate's life is still being written in courtrooms and on social media. Whether history ultimately remembers him as a champion who spoke uncomfortable truths, a cautionary tale of power without restraint, or something more complex in between, will depend on evidence still to be examined and verdicts still to be delivered. Until then, the record stands as it is. A fighter who became a phenomenon. A businessman who built an empire of attention and money, and a man facing some of the most serious accusations possible. What do you make of this story? The full picture is still emerging. Stay informed, think critically, and form your own conclusions based on verified information rather than headlines alone. Thank you for watching. If this documentary helped you understand a complicated public figure more clearly, consider subscribing and sharing your thoughts in the comments respectfully and thoughtfully.